Welcome to the Moms for Wellness podcast on SM Enlightenment Radio or TV. This is a podcast for moms who are passionate about being healthy and who are leading their kids to do the same. Welcome back, Mama. You are going to absolutely love this episode today and the guest I have for you. In fact, this is the first in a series, so you are going to be so excited to hear more from her. I just know it. So you know our focus on this podcast is healthy living, but sometimes it's hard to know where to start. What to do. Sometimes you just need someone to hold your hand and point you in the right direction. And that's exactly what we are going to do today. That's what you are getting today. Today, we are going to be peeling back the onion to help you kick those bad habits and start your life of wellness. We have so many tips and tricks for you today. I know you will find more than one thing to implement in your life right away. This is definitely a listen and do episode. So to help me deliver on this is my amazing guest, a health and wellness expert for over 30 years, Shirley Amata. Shirley is a now coach based in Austin, Texas, who believes in optimizing wellness through natural options and teaches people how to manage their personal health. She shares her experiences and educates others on the relationship between eating, exercising, and energizing to lead a life of abundance. Her passion for helping others comes from her own health journey, including her daughter's diagnosis with juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. Shirley's purpose is to empower people to take charge of their health and wellness journey. She holds an MS in education, BA in psychology, several certifications in health and fitness, coached all ages and wellness stages, and has competed in triathlons and other races. She enjoys reading, writing, music, cooking, podcasts, power naps, outdoor activities, and spending quality time with loved ones. Please help me welcome Shirley Amata.
Thank you. Good to see you. Good to hear you. Good to be here.
Yes, I am so glad you are here. And okay, so today is actually part one of our 4-part series. So I am so excited about that. This is awesome. So today we're going to look at how to get started. And then our next episode, we will keep that going with tips and tricks on eating out and staying healthy while actually like doing all the things of life, right? But let's focus on getting started. What does that look like?
Oh, it looks like something different for absolutely everybody. It is a process, and getting started. When we talk about getting started, we're talking about health and we're talking about wellness. And so, what I like to do is define what those two mean first. I think everybody has such a different definition. So, health is your goal to free you from injury and illness. And wellness is a part of a process. It's about balancing and managing everything from the environmental, the intellectual, the emotional side, the physical, occupational, social, and spiritual well-being, and doing it through natural option wellness. And that's what this is about. NOW is the natural option wellness. And it's a platform where I'm teaching and inspiring and showing you today, okay, how are we really going to get started? How are we going to do this? So first of all, I just want to applaud everybody listening. And I applaud you if you're going to actually listen to this 2 times or 3 times, because it is a process. And how the first time we hear something, a lot of times it's just a little bit in here and a lot of out here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe write some of this down or in your phone or wherever. But I applaud you for just being here, for listening, because that means you've got the intention. You're at that point, right, to get started. So that's where I want the enthusiasm to start right there. And truly, it is a nourish to flourish. And there are 3 ingredients that we have got to start with for nourish to flourish. And they're the 3 Ds. We have to know that in order for us to even get started, we need to be okay with that direction. And then drive. We've got to look at the drive and think of that as our motivation. And we want to have that self-drive, that self-motivation. And it's okay also to corral in. I mean, that's what I'm here for. That's what you're here for. We're here to motivate. So, listener, you've got us. So drive is easy. Now the discipline, that really comes
Yes.
from, yeah, the heart and soul of each individual.
Hmm.
And the discipline is that focus, and
Yeah.
it's that determination, it's that perseverance, it's the never quit, um,
Hmm.
the commitment. And sometimes you really got to go deep into the heart to find that. Um, and and really with that, let's dive right in and get to the heart center of that. So we know
Yeah.
that, let's just say you've got the nourish to flourish ingredients. You
Hmm.
came on board, you've got the direction, you have the drive, you have the discipline going into the heart center. Now we're going to write your story. How are you going to get started? So I'm not about one size fits all, not at all, right? We're all so
Yeah.
unique.
Nope.
We're all so awesome. We're all so different.
Hmm.
And as much as we want it to be push the easy button, or pop a pill, um,
Hmm.
I don't know, spin around 10 times and we're healthy and well, that's not going to happen. So
No.
know that we've got to start with the story. And the good news is that you are the main character.
Yes.
You are the finest of all the characters, matter of fact. And this story addresses only you and your health and
Yeah.
fitness. So it becomes very personal.
Yeah.
I want the listeners, this is where you start. So, pick up a pen, start writing right now. There are quintessential questions, and these are no
Yes.
surprises. I did not make these up. Um, and I used to teach third grade, and this is what comes to mind when you write a story. This is what you focus in on: why and how, who and how, what and how, where and how, and when and how. So your why, who, what, where, when are always partnered with how, right? You know these 5 W's. I think, and we start with the hardest one, and I think the hardest one is the why. And
Hmm.
that is the meaningful message. That is your driver. You want to spend some time on this. Give yourself time in your heart, thinking, why is it that I want to get started now? What is driving you to get started right now? Um, it's a meaningful purpose. It's your meaningful mission. So once you unravel why you are you here because you've got nonstop injuries and you want to reduce the inflammation? Are you here? For me, it was my daughter being sick, and that I was like, okay, we're going to fix it. This is my health and wellness mission. Are you here because you were just diagnosed with diabetes? Are you sick and tired of this 15 pounds that you just can't shed off because you feel like it's slowing you down? Is it menopause? Is it that you just had a baby and you want, right, your body back?
Yeah.
But find out what that why is. Write it down. If you put it on a Post-it note and put it on your mirror, put it somewhere where you can see it. This is kind of going to be your mantra, and you're going to visit with it daily. So now you've got your why. Now it's time for the who. So the who is a lot simpler. Who's going to be in your tribe to support you? Who's on your team? Who's on your side? Who is going to help you with this? And you might be that go-getter where you're like, I got this. I'm gonna listen to Jenny. I'm gonna listen to Shirley. We're all about that. We
Yes.
support you there 100%. But maybe you want to go to a physical therapist because you're working on that injury, right? Maybe you
Hmm.
need to visit with a nutritionist or a
Yeah.
dietitian or a personal trainer. These are the experts. These are your support team. These are your friends, your coworkers that are really going to support you to
Hmm.
make this happen. And then you go into your what. This to me is just the fun part, because really, well, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
And my 3 focuses are on exercise, they're on eating, and they're on energizing. So when you get to the what, you get to think about, okay, well, what do you want to start with? And you don't, here's the thing, you guys, you do not need to start with all 3. You don't need to
No.
try to fix your right, try to fix your
Yes.
eating, and try to
Start
fix.
small.
Exactly. Start small.
Yes.
Start with these mini goals, these micro
Yes.
goals. They are manageable and they are doable. And every time you reach that goal, celebrate, celebrate.
Yes.
Um, and whether that's buy a book, treat yourself to learn something new, maybe go to a cooking class, but do something to celebrate and nurture yourself, to nurture your health and wellness.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give some examples of the what's to break them down. So we're going to take a look at eating first. And let's just say what's on your heart center right now is that you want to focus on eating. And I've got 4 tips for you.
We
Just to,
love tips. Yes.
exactly, we want those tips. So, so get started on your eating. Number 1 tip is hydration. That's it. That's your goal.
Mm-hmm.
Your goal this week or maybe this month, your goal until you get this right, till it's a habit, is hydration. Hydration just with water. And what I want you to think about doing is taking half of your body weight in ounces. And this is, again, just a way to balance it. You might go a little bit higher or lower. Half your body weight in ounces. So you weigh 100 pounds, 50 ounces of water is what you're going to drink per day, roughly. Focus on that every single day. Try to get that in before 6 p.m. Do most of your drinking
Yes.
before noon. Your day drinking is going to be water, you guys. Your day drinking
Yes.
is water. So number 1 goal is hydration. Once you nail that down, that's your mini goal. And maybe that's week 1, then week 2, progress. And now you're going to think about fruits and vegetables. So part of your getting started is just going to be increasing your fruits and increasing your vegetables. And there's no restrictions there. So all you're doing is eating better by increasing your hydration and then fruits and vegetables. Then you'll bring in your omegas, your fatty acids, and these are just your healthy fats. So think of your omegas coming from your plant oils. So now you're going to sprinkle with your olive oils and your avocado oil and your chia oils. Those are my 3 favorites. Fish is great, but if you're not a fish fan, no problem. There's nuts, right? There's seeds. Brussels sprouts are a winner. Mangoes are a winner. So there's a variety in your omegas that you can get in there. And what omegas do for you is your heart health, your eyesight, your skin. It's like an anti-aging, healthy, right, option supplement. Reduces ADHD, gives you more cognition, memory. I mean, the goodness goes on and on.
Yes.
So just by doing these little things week after week, you're getting on your journey to your health and fitness. You're progressing. And then lastly, for eating, you want to evaluate, all right, the whole eating in to eating out, right? And we're going to get into that in our next series a little bit more. So that'll be perfect. But you do want to look at, okay, when you're eating in, what's on your plate? And then when you're out, what is on your plate as well? And how do you keep those options clean, natural, right, and healthy for you? So those 4 things already get you started with your eating. That's it. And that can be done over a month or maybe over 2 months. So start with those. You can start anytime, right? Just drink more water and you're already on the right way. Add more fruits and vegetables, add your omega-3s, and then of course make those healthy plate choices whether you are eating in or eating out. And you're progressing through this week after week. You don't have to dive right into everything. And then exercise comes next. Everybody thinks, no, you got to start with exercise. Sorry, y'all. It starts in the kitchen and then here with exercise.
Sure does. That's such a great clarification because so many people think the opposite. Like, oh no, I just have to pound the pavement. I have to do something. Like, oh no, 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 no. You can't out exercise a bad diet. Like, you've got to start there.
And that's exactly it. You can't exercise a bad diet. And, it goes back to that this is not an overnighter. So if you're working on exercising, whatever you ate last night, that barbecue, that ice cream sundae, you're trying to keep up, right, with something, but
Right.
you're on that diet mode. Everything that I'm talking about is no to diets, no to calorie counting. All this is eating naturally,
Yeah.
choosing natural options, and you get there. The weight comes with it, as well as that awesome health and incredible wellness. You can't lose.
Yeah.
So with exercise, take it also in these little steps. You're going to start slow, and these are 4 pointers that I have on exercise. So you might just start with 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You can start with 5 minutes and just walk. Get out there and walk 3 to 4 times a week. That's it, 3 to 4 times a week. So maybe your first week is just trying that out 3 to 4 times. Your second week, or maybe it's your second month, again, you don't progress until you have gotten the first part down. So once you've gotten your 10, 15 minutes, 3, 4 times a week, progress to 3 times a week. Now you're trying to push it a little bit more, 30 to 40 minutes each. And then you'll progress to 3 workouts a week, which is just like number 2, but you're going to focus on 2 of those workouts being strength, and 1 being cardio. And I think one of our series is talking about the whole strength and cardio. So
Yeah.
that'll be a fun one. So 3 workouts a week, focus on strength training. It's so important, women, men, children, and 1 cardio. And then lastly, what you're going to add in is an energizing session. And I'm going to talk about, what does that mean, an energizing session? I go back to kind of nurturing, right? When we said we want to celebrate and nurture ourselves. Well, part of this health and wellness program is about nurturing yourself. And we've got to give us time to re-energize, right? We have to give us time to reset. We are go, go, go. And we are a bundle of stress. And to unwind, what are those favorite things? It could be, a relaxing evening with just music, nothing else. Detox from the whole digital, get rid of your phone. Read a book. Um, play an instrument. Get a massage. Try acupuncture. Go for yoga. Stretch. But that is going to de-stress you. And stress is such an inflammatory. So once you de-stress, you're also inviting that space to be open for better health and better wellness. So again, those small goals of what? There you go. You already have it. So anybody can get started. Once you find your why you're doing this, right? Who you're going to do this with, who's your support system. You've got the what, and you can start with the eating tips. You can start with the exercise, and you know what? You can start with the energizing. So I've got the tips for you for energizing as well. And it just gives you a whole list of what you're going to incorporate. And whether that is once a week, twice a week, but my goal for you is definitely once a week, no less. And it's mindfulness, meditation, some quiet time. We talked about, stretching. There's yoga, which is amazing. Doing breath work. 5 minutes of breath work in the morning can be amazing. Take a power nap. We all need to sleep more. Massage, acupuncture, whatever you find relaxing. There's that digital detox for you right there. Get off the blue. We get away from the blue light, right? Music, reading, journaling, painting to me is super relaxing. So find what re-energizes you, gets your creative back, gets your mindset back. And this will help you on your way. Simple. So start with eating, start with exercise, or start with energizing. Those mini goals that were laid out. So there's already your first month. And you can take that through your first 3 months. Do the eating first, then the exercising, start implementing both. And the 3rd month, get your success on and practice before you graduate to the next season of health and wellness. And then the where and the when. Easy enough. Location is so where are you going to do all this? Are you going to do it in your house? Are you going to do it at a gym? Are you going to do it in your backyard? Is there a trail that you can, go on? Are you going to just start parking your car further away from work? Are you going to take the stairs all the time? But where is all of this going to happen? Because the location is key. I'm a big fan of outdoors. So if you can get outside for at least one of your workouts, let those feet touch the earth. It'll be amazing. Let the sun, get the vitamin C, shine down on you. It is that's going to be, if we go back to our ingredients, that's going to be your driver. That's going to keep your discipline. That's going to give you that direction to keep moving forward. Yeah. And then, of course, the when. And we don't really think about it. I think that I've had a lot of clients just like anxious to get going. And then it's like, well, okay, these are great goals. Yeah. Okay, when are you going to do it? Right? When do you have time? You've got 3 kids. When are you going to have time to do this? So the when comes into play. So will it be 5 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the morning? And again, in the process that we start here was just on hydration. That's easy. Grab a water bottle, get most of your hydration in before noon. There's your when. If you can get exercise in even for 5 minutes, I've told my clients, look, before you brush your teeth, could you just knock out 10 squats? Right? It's like, okay.
Or while you're brushing your teeth. Why
while
not?
you're brushing your teeth. Yeah,
You've got 2 minutes there.
Right. Don't waste time, multitask. But there's time to squeeze things in. And, that may sound a little bit crazy to someone where it's like, no, I just want to brush my teeth. I totally get it. These are all these options, right, that are out there that we can throw at you. But you can find the time. If you can Again, the parking is the easiest thing. Park further away. If you live in Austin, Texas, you don't have a choice but to park further away. So you're going to get your walk on no matter what. But if you can ride a bike, and whether that be on the weekend. Here in Austin, paddleboarding is a big time sport. Kayaking is big time right by the lake out here. So everybody's outside, and that's another motivator, because when you're outside and if you're on a trail, you've got other people around you that are also part of that. And I mean, to be honest, yeah, I do. I pick up my pace when I'm running, when I'm running past someone versus if I'm, at home on my bike. So you're going to find what is appropriate for you and the time frame that is appropriate. And I cannot stress enough how just starting with 5 or 10 minutes does make a difference. It makes a big difference. And if 30 minutes sounds like that's no possible way, you do a 10-minute in the morning and a 10-minute in the evening, and then go to a 15-minute in the morning and 15 minutes in the evening. Yeah. And truly, my ask of you is just 3 times a week. And I know, and I've seen, and I've been there too. We get so excited in the beginning, right? We've got that self-love. We're going for it. We're like, no, I'm going to work out every single day. No, you don't need to, because what's going to happen?
Going to burn out.
Yeah. You burn out, you fizzle out. And that's where, and it might happen, and give yourself that okay to have that fizzle. Give yourself that okay to err. Give yourself that okay to go, I don't want to do this anymore. I've had enough. Yeah. That's okay. And that's where you just realign and you reset and go back to the 3 ingredients.
Yes.
Find your direction again. Find that drive. And it might be getting together more with your who person, right? Get with that person and be like, hey, can you make me accountable? Because I'm starting to lose my drive. You'll get back on track. That's where you get with a nutritionist or, it's someone who can really show you the way and make you accountable. And they'll make it more personal, so that when someone makes things more personal, all of a sudden it makes a bigger difference, right? It really matters. It touches your heart. You're more motivated to stay in there. And then the discipline just comes. So always going back to those 3 ingredients and focusing, starting with your quintessential questions. It's just the W's, and they're always paired with the hows. Give yourself time too, right? To spend some time thinking about your own story, and to spend time here also evaluating, assessing where you're at, right? Reflecting. Okay. And is this good for me? So if I'm saying fruits and vegetables, maybe you're not really a fruit person. Just stick to berries. Try a little bit at a time. Maybe you're not a veggie person. And carrots. Who doesn't like a good carrot?
That's right.
You can start there. So it's just making these micro, manageable goals and focusing on those quintessential questions, breaking it down, delivering it with the 3 ingredients all the time of the direction, the drive, and the discipline. And you've got it. You're going to improve on your journey right there.
I love it. Amazing. That was fire. That was absolutely amazing, Shirley. Thank you so much. If people want to get in touch with you, want to know more, before we even get to all the next episodes, how can they do that? How can they find more of you? Can they get in touch with you?
I have a little kind of a journal planner if they want to get these quintessential questions, and you can just shoot me an email at shirley@naturaloptionwellness.com, and I will just email you what you should fill out, and you can assess and reassess. You can also join me at Now with Shirley on Instagram.
I love it. Thank you so much, Shirley, for joining us today. That was absolutely amazing.
Appreciate it.
That's a wrap. Thanks for joining me on SM Enlightenment Radio or TV, or joining me on the Moms for Wellness podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the Moms for Wellness podcast and leave a 5-star rating or review. It really is helpful, and we would be so grateful. I'm Jenny. Have a good one.